Welcome to Sheri-Fun Vibe, the place for travel tips, news, features, and wonderful events. Today, we'll be focusing on an amazing departure. Now, for some time, we have been talking about our 2017-2018 season with our departures from Montego Bay. We have great news for you. Not only do we have this opportunity to sail the Caribbean, no visas required, from Montego Bay, but we are now having a brand new ship, brand new to the Caribbean under the umbrella of Marella Discovery. Now, this is not a new build, but it is a revitalized vessel, and it comes with absolutely gorgeous amenities. The Marella Discovery sailed not very long ago under the Royal Caribbean banner, and so we are going to be experiencing several notches above what we had last year sailing in the Caribbean. This is fun times. Not only do we have more public spaces and more refreshing amenities, but to be quite honest, we have more cabin space. As the demand has grown, we have discovered that we do need to have more sailing space available for persons who are departing. Now, we continue to maintain our wonderful itineraries, and so you can still rest assured that we will be doing your Pride of Panama, the Cuban Fusion, and the Exotic Explorer. Now, for this feature today, you will see that we are promoting 3 of our signature sailings, and these will be available, and they have already gone on sale. Persons have been taking advantage of them. And although there's not much availability left, we do have the possibility of you sailing from Montego Bay 7 nights, all inclusive, starting at under $88,000 Jamaican per person based on double occupancy. That's just wonderful. And you and I understand the value proposition of this offer. Now, it's always nice to know a bit about the ship. And our friends at Planet Cruises, they do an amazing job of reviewing the vessels. And so we have decided to share a bit of their presentation with you, so it will excite you and tantalize you as you get ready for this amazing season that will span November 28th all the way through to April 3. And of course, we have to greet and bless this new beauty, and so a few of us will be joining her on her maiden departure from Montego Bay. You need to stick around on this particular spot to get highlights of this wonderful event. However, let us not spend too much time here discussing what will happen. Instead, let's take a look at what the beautiful layout of this ship will be for all of us. Take a look and enjoy.
It's now official. TUI Discovery 2 is now Marella Discovery 2. It has been a sort of unexpected rebranding exercise that has met with a mixed response, but essentially from what we've been told, over the past 20 years of cruising success, with 15 new itineraries and 18 new ports, it did seem like a good idea and maybe a good time to freshen things up.
I completely agree. They've brought in Discovery and 2 and Explore, which are phenomenal, and they're going to be really, really good. I just think it's a really strange name.
Now, I've heard many people question the name, as my good friend Glenn is doing now, questioning Marella and asking why Thompson, a very British brand, have gone for a Spanish name.
Yeah.
Because on first sounding, it does sound a little bit like Marbella, doesn't it, I suppose?
Yeah.
But actually, it's an old Celtic term, which means shining sea. And therefore, you could argue, is a fitting choice for a cruise company that does have a very proud, typically British ethos and atmosphere. So we're going to be having a look at the new Marella Explorer in a later episode because that comes out next year. But for today, we're going to explore the current new boy on the block, the new flagship, the Marella Discovery 2, which you may have known before as TUI Discovery 2. So just to be clear, for the rest of this episode, we will refer to all the ships and the branding from now on as Marella. So it's Marella Cruises and the Marella ships.
So let's start having a look at the background and obviously find out what's going on with these cruises. So last year's Planet Cruise Weekly episode on the Marella Discovery, or the Thompson Discovery, which is still well worth a look if you haven't already seen it, is one of the most viewed episodes ever, and the ship has been attracting a lot of attention from new fans across the brand and some surprising celebrity names from the world of UK TV soap operas and news. Now, the launch of Marella Discovery last year marked a real sea change for the brand, and the addition of the Marella Discovery 2 in May 2017 really propelled the fleet to the next level as they transformed the level of facilities they can offer their loyal fans.
Now, like its sister ship, the Marella Discovery 2 has come from the US line Royal Caribbean International, where it sailed originally as Legend of the Seas and has arrived sporting a similar contemporary look along with many of the same facilities and attributes. And as with her sister ship, she is fully all-inclusive. Now, there's a nice light feeling of spaciousness that flows throughout the public areas, along with striking artworks that include stylish monochrome shots of Marella Discovery 2 in the shipyard, or when at the time in the shipyard where she was there, she was still TUI Discovery 2, but now Marella Discovery 2, where they did a 6-week, multi-million-pound bow-to-stern refit.
This successfully stamped the tasteful Marella look throughout the 1,830 passenger ship before it started its maiden season of the Mediterranean, sailing from Malaga, bringing the comfortable ambiance Marella is known for. Now, in fact, passengers who have already cruised on Marella Discovery will feel very much at home on Discovery 2. It's a winning formula, and therefore only a few tweaks have been made here and there. As always, the Marella has followed customer feedback and adapted to suit the needs of those particular passengers.
Now, the biggest difference is the disappearance of the breakout and escape room, something that we all loved on board the Marella Discovery, but this has actually been replaced by the new virtual reality experience on Deck 3, with a new studio room where guests can don headsets and transport themselves into a virtual world or pose for pictures in an onboard photo booth loaded with fun backdrops.
Sounds good. Now, in keeping with the drive for new high-tech ways to aid customers is a new onboard app offering a variety of services. Called Navigate, the app enables passengers to monitor their onboard account, check the itinerary and thumb through the entertainment schedules.
Users can also glean more information about the ship's facilities, including destination services, the medical centre and shops, plus can book extras such as spa treatments, excursions and specialty restaurants. Now, the app is free of charge, and as it's hosted on the ship's own network, it will open on any browser, which means you don't have to download it or pay for Wi-Fi to access it, which is absolutely brilliant and a really big plus.
Okay, so let's start having a look at cabins first of all. Now, there are 918 cabins with 40% having balconies, which is quite high for this particular brand, and it's the highest of any Marella ship, just pulling ahead of the Marella Discovery, where the comparative tally is 39% and significantly more than any of the other ship's older lines. Now, in total, 356 have balconies, 234 are outside cabins and 328 are for the nice dark ones inside. Plus, there are 6 different cabin types that have contrasting styles and layouts. Now, they start from the inside cabins through to outsides, balconies and suites, with single and accessible cabins too.
Now, of course, all the cabins on board have been refurbished, and each one features a desk, bedside lamps, bedside tables, air conditioning, a flat screen TV with 17 channels, which includes Sky, BBC, ITV and a new Teens TV channel. There is a safe, a hairdryer and tea and coffee making facilities, complete with Yorkshire tea bags, which I think is quite impressive.
They are compact, but the sparkling white walls and tile effect floor make the appearance fresh and pristine, with turquoise and green mosaic tiles adding to a touch of colour. Now, there's plenty of storage with pale wood IKEA style shelving, but you don't have to put them together, and a cupboard. Toiletries are generally limited to hand soaps and wall mounted body washes in the shower. However, suites and deluxe balcony cabins enjoy Clarins toiletries. Plug points are either American or European, so remember to bring an adapter. A handy new addition to all cabins are the 2 USB points fitted to the bedside lamps, making for convenience connection point to charge your Apple device. Keith would have nothing else in his room but an Apple device.
We have this argument all the time. They're really important. USB charging points are the way forward.
Honestly, yeah. That's why you book the cruise, yeah.
And it's not just Apple devices. You could charge non-Apple devices as well in case you're Android. You know, we don't want to be biased here.
Now, of course, Marella will always attract families on board, but there are two types of family suites, and these are excellent and spacious additions to the Marella fleet. Up to 430 square feet, which is nearly 4 times the size of a standard inn size. They can sleep between 6 to 7 people and have a living area, 2 separate bedrooms and up to 2 bathrooms. Now, the ship's ultimate private retreats are the Royal Suite at 990 square feet and are 8 times the size of an inside, and boast luxurious touches such as a baby grand piano with whirlpool bath, and in fact the balcony alone is so spacious it's the size of an inside cabin.
Now, there are 12 adapted cabins in total on board, 6 outside and the other 6 inside. They're located on decks 2, 3 and 7, can sleep up to 3 people. They're wheelchair accessible, they feature a walk-in shower or wet room, and are equipped with a shower seat and handrails.
But please note, very limited, and if you do want one of those, then you do have to book very, very early to get one.
Which is pretty much the same with the family suites as well.
Yeah. So let's get on to the next topic, known as grub and booze, or if you're very posh, dining and drinks. Now, in my opinion, this is the most improved area for Marella.
That's right. Since I was working on board, Glenn, and don't get me wrong, the food was always good, but it seems to have got even better, and the new ships have provided the opportunity for Marella to expand their offering and really start challenging some of the bigger lines. There are 7 restaurants to choose from, and all of them have children's menus and high chairs available. There's a full waiter service at the main restaurant, and it serves up traditional dishes with a modern twist.
Now, plus there are eateries specialising in a particular cuisine. Think succulent steaks or pan-Asian fare. There's plenty of choice in the way of drinking spots as well, whether you're looking for a pot of tea or a flute of Prosecco.
Or a pint of beer.
Or a pint of beer.
Absolutely. Now, the balance between complimentary and for fee options is really good, so if you don't want to spend any extra, then you'll still be well catered for. The main 47 Degrees restaurant and Islands buffet are the most popular venues. They're open for breakfast, lunch and dinner, while the others, such as the Gallery 47 Degrees and the Glass House, are open at selected times during the day and or evening.
Now, the main eatery is 47 Degrees, a big stylish venue finished in the colours of the sand and the sea. Now, daytime meals here come with side order of sea views, thanks to floor to ceiling windows and a grand double staircase leading up to a separate eatery. On the second floor of this restaurant is Gallery 47 Degrees, which, when it was first established on Marella Discovery, just served Italian food after Thompson's polled its customers to gauge what type of cuisine they wanted served in their new venue.
However, the restaurant failed to attract enough diners on the Marella Discovery, so for Discovery 2, just half the restaurant will have an Italian menu, and the remaining half will be pretty much the same menu as downstairs in 47 Degrees.
Now, other complimentary options include the British Beach Hut inspired Snack Shack, with its grab-and-go menu of bacon butties for breakfast and sweet chili chicken wings, meze salad and focaccia sandwiches in the afternoon. And the well-named Glass House, which is a light bite deli by day and tapas-style restaurant by night, where, for an extra charge, you can cook your own steaks on hot stones.
Now, however, anyone wanting to splash out can sample specialty restaurants that do easily compare with those on other ships in terms of surroundings and the standard and variety of cuisine, which, while catering for British palates, also injects spice and variety when required. Coral benefits from a spectacular setting at the top of the ship and an imaginative menu which also includes a selection of exotic cocktails and an excellent attached sushi bar. Now, this was my favourite dining spot on Marella Discovery and was definitely well worth the surcharge.
Now, the other specialty options is the Surf and Turf Steakhouse, which specialises in the likes of marbled steaks, meaty lobster tails and some excellent fish. Both restaurants require reservations and can book up quickly. Now, reservations can be made 48 hours in advance through Navigate or the booking kiosks.
There's a wide selection of bars on board, ranging from the all-happening live room to the bustling atrium bar and the late-night bar where you'll find Glenn propping it up most evenings. And of course, the ship is fully all-inclusive, with a good offering ranging from draft beers such as Foster's and John Smith's, canned and bottled beers such as Beck's and Corona, to sparkling wine, spirits and some lip-smackingly good cocktails. It is also worth noting that spirits are served in 40ml measures. That's 60% more than the standard UK pub measure. You have been warned.
However, if you want to upgrade to the premium drinks package, it's an extra £70 per person per week, so a tenner a day, and this provides a wider selection of wines by the glass, 1.5 litres of water delivered to your cabin daily, and premium Lavazza coffee from the coffee pot.
So, onboard activities is next, and Marella are known for having a very full programme of activities both at sea and in port to keep guests entertained. And this has not only been expanded, but complemented by some great new additions. The main Broadway show lounge has a programme of 11 different West End shows, which have been created by various big names, including dancer and choreographer Tyra Wilkinson, who was previously involved in hits like The Full Monty and Motown, and Martin Ford, a conductor and musical arranger who has worked with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
However, the biggest new attraction is the virtual reality experience, which replaces the breakout and escape room on Marella Discovery. And unlike that attraction where users are charged £10 per person, it's complimentary. Always nice to give something back to the guests. Now, the room is hired out for 45-minute sessions and transports you to flights with space pirates and casting spells in magical Harry Potter-esque worlds. Next door is the novel green screen experience, a photo booth where users pose against quirky backdrops to have their pictures taken swimming with the fish in the sea, lounging on the beaches of the desert, or scaling the ship's climbing walls.
Now, by night, the alfresco improved LED movie screen overlooking the main pool on Deck 9 becomes a venue for movies by moonlight. Blankets, popcorn and hot chocolate are all available, and the films tend to be family-friendly hits with showings at 7:30 for those aimed at a younger audience, or 9 PM for those aimed at a slightly racier, older audience. As with Marella Discovery, there is a rock climbing wall located on the ship's aft on Deck 10, open to adults and children over 6 years. I climbed the one on Marella Discovery and it's really, really hard. It's not as easy as it looks. Just behind it sits a 9-hole mini golf course.
So you also have traditional deck games, and they're not forgotten on this ship. So as well as finding shuffleboard, the ship has a fleet of around 28 bikes, both regular and electrics, which can be used for bike tours in each port of call for a small supplement. There are 2 pools with adjacent hot tubs, one indoor and one outdoor, and a free adults only area called the veranda, where you can access to the loungers with summon your drinks from waiters without even having to move off your sun lounger.
Now, for lovers of pampering, the Ocean Spa and Beauty Salon is similar to the facility on Marella Discovery, although the retail shop has been replaced with a facial room with a new Medi-Spa facility which offers anti-wrinkle treatments and lip fillers. Now, as a true multi-generational family ship, Marella Discovery 2 caters for children from 6 months through to 17 and has an impressive array of activities and facilities on offer, including the Hideout, a teens area which has its own karaoke booth, a disco area, and hosts parties, games and movie nights. Finally, let's have a quick look at itineraries. Marella Discovery 2 is currently on a standard Med in the summer, Caribbean in the winter schedule with loads of great itineraries to help you explore. So there's opportunities to sail out of Corfu, exploring the Adriatic, the Aegean and the Ionian, and that's from roughly April to October, and then into the exotic destinations like Guatemala and Cuba from November through to March.
I think for family cruising, I think they're really, really good value, and especially they're all inclusive as well.
I've said it before, I'll say it again, I was really impressed. I didn't think they'd be able to pull it off on such a bigger scale. They really, really did.
I'm thinking about doing it
and
next year.
Yeah, I really would as well. I'd take my family on board anytime.